Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright the third here. Almost forgot my name for a second there. Back with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you're having a great morning. I want to talk to you today about something that is a topic I haven't talked about in a little while. It's the 6 critical human needs that drive behavior. And this is a topic that a lot of really big thought mentors have kind of talked about, and it's something that we don't necessarily think about because it involves our own emotions and feelings. But I wanted to talk about it because I've been thinking lately more and more about what drives behavior, what drives you to do the things you do. Why do we do the things we do every single day? Why do you prioritize certain things in your life or deprioritize certain things in your life? And what shapes this overall experience that we're having in life? What is it that's creating your destiny and creating your overall story that you're trying to create right now? But most importantly, what drives your behavior and what is the value that you place on different things inside your life? That's what this discussion is going to be about. So there are 6 core human needs that you've probably heard about in the past, and the first 4 of these needs are ones that you truly just need for survival. These are ones that you need to create in order to live and survive. And the last 2 human needs are ones that will create your real experience in life. They're for fulfillment, happiness, and those types of things. So they're not ones that maybe you will prioritize most of the time, and that's why I want to talk about them. So it's very important, obviously, to understand how to meet each of the needs, each of these 6 core needs. And it's also important to understand how you're prioritizing these needs and how it is that you're meeting these needs, because it might not always be a positive way. You might be negatively meeting these needs, and that's impacting your life and keeping you from where you need to be in order to level up to the next area of growth in your life. So I want you to be thinking about, as I go through these, I want you to think about how you prioritize each of these needs and how you are currently meeting each of these needs personally. And as you're meeting these, are you even meeting these needs? I mean, there may be some of these 6 core areas that you're not even focused on. And I want you to think about what you can do better to meet each of these in a positive way. So I'm going to kind of go through these 6 core human needs, and ultimately by understanding, the reason I'm doing this is by understanding your core needs, it will help you to create a more fulfilled life, and it'll help you to drive your behavior in the right direction that you truly should be moving. So the first of these needs is we have the need for certainty. We have the need for certainty. This is to create assurance that you can, avoid things like pain, gain things like pleasure. We all want to feel comfortable and secure and certain about things in our life. This is one of the reasons we try so hard to control our environment. We're trying to avoid change. We're trying to create a stable, secure environment. Your needs for shelter and food and relationships and things like that. So we try so hard to create this need for certainty that sometimes we go out of our way to avoid things. And we sometimes try too hard to control our environment, and that works against us as well. So the way that I've kind of always wanted to try to recommend filling this need. So how do you fulfill this need? One suggestion I have is to find activities that create routine, like daily rituals, but they push you outside your comfort zone, because you don't want to get so certain, so routine that you don't grow. Right? So to be able to fulfill this need, you can find ways to create daily rituals that create consistency in your life, but yet push you outside your comfort zone. Because ironically, the second core human need is the need for uncertainty. I mean, let's be honest, if every day you woke up and had the exact same situation every single day, that would get really boring. So we have this need for uncertainty, which is the need for a little bit of variety, some change, some surprise, some things in life that are unknown. If you knew exactly what was going to happen every day, exactly when you were going to die, exactly when, certain things were going to happen, you would have no variety in your life and there'd be no excitement. So some people prioritize this need, and this is why they don't stay consistent and they change jobs and relationships, is because they always have a need for something new. And like I said in the beginning, it's good to create certainty. It's also good to have uncertainty, but in a productive way. So the best way that I've recommended to fulfill this need of uncertainty is to feed your mind and your life with new experiences. Get curious. Have a passion for life. Do things that are outside your comfort zone, even if you do maintain a schedule and daily rituals for certainty. That way you have a proper mix of certainty and uncertainty in life, and that will help you to be more fulfilled. The third human need, the third core need that we have as human beings, is for significance. All of us want to feel unique or special or validated or needed. And usually what we'll do is people will prioritize trying to seek out recognition. They want to be recognized for our accomplishments, our skills, our contribution. The problem that sometimes occurs with the need for significance is that we let that need for recognition outweigh our need to accomplish our goals and our growth in our life. Because if you're so busy trying to do what other people will recognize, sometimes it's not taking you closer towards your goals. And so it's important that you don't feel this need for significance the wrong way, that you're too worried about social media, that you're too worried about what people think, that you're too worried about that need for recognition and validation. And so a good way to fulfill this need is to commit yourself to your goals and constantly remind yourself through affirmations, daily rituals, that your goals and your personal mastery and your direction in life is far more important than just the need for significance. And when you're growing and accomplishing and achieving, like most of you are, you're going to find you're going to get that validation and that significance met anyway. So that's the third need. The fourth, and this is the first four that are ones that we need to kind of survive. The fourth one is this need for connection or love. And this need for connection and love, look, some people prioritize this, but a lot of people lately, I have the fear, are not prioritizing this human need. And this is where we have to have this feeling of closeness with someone or something in our life. This is a core human need. I mean, science has proven that without the connection and love or that belonging, that we truly don't have the same energy, the same vitality for life. And sometimes, especially recently with the way the state of the world has been, we isolate ourselves. We don't prioritize this need out of fear of what people will think, of expanding your relationship circle. And so one of the ways that you can fulfill this need is to really prioritize relationships in your life, whether it's family, friends, a core partner. But make sure that you don't prioritize this need for connection and love over the need for your self-love or your self-care. Because sometimes we prioritize so much this need for connection and love that we put everyone else's needs above our own. And that's not healthy either. You've got to take care of yourself first. You got to put your oxygen mask on before you can put it on anyone else, or you can't help them. So it's very important that you prioritize your connection and love and relationships, but not at your own expense. I hope that makes sense. Now, let's talk about these last two core human needs, because the first four, this need for certainty, uncertainty, significance, and connection, they're ones we need to survive. But the last two, we don't necessarily need to survive. We need to create a great experience in this life for fulfillment, happiness, things like that. And generally, as we get older, we start to prioritize, but I really want to draw your attention to these two. The fifth one is growth. And this is the idea that you will personally grow in this life. It's your expansion of your capacity, your skill set mastery, your capabilities, your understanding. And it's constantly striving without with the ability to grow yourself. Because if you don't, it doesn't translate to happiness. I think many of you have heard me tell the story before that as I was achieving, it wasn't necessarily providing that fulfillment. There was something lacking. And I think when you start to implement these last two core human needs, that's what fills in that fulfillment. And the way you can fulfill your growth is by prioritizing your personal growth and daily rituals. And you can learn from the challenges in life and know that when you hit the same obstacle or problem, you've learned your lesson and you've overcome that. Or you're constantly seeing your mind, body, spirit, relationships, communication, whatever it is, grow. That's going to give you that sense of fulfillment that comes from the core human need of growth. Then the last one, the sixth one, is the ability to create contribution. And this is going to be one where growth is focused on yourself, your personal growth. Contribution is focused on others. It's a sense of service and focus on helping or inspiring or supporting other people. Contribution, this is a need that is really undervalued by people because we don't feel like we have enough time to get around to helping others. And the best way I've found to really, truly increase and prioritize your need for contribution is through your unique talent. My mentor, Robert Stuberg's always talked about unique talent being something that you're passionate and excellent at, but that you can apply in the world to help others, in the service of others. So the best way to fulfill this need and sort of kill two birds with one stone is to find ways to focus on your unique talent in ways that you can contribute to others in the world. So if it's just simply mastering a skill, it's not going to provide you that contribution. But I think every one of you that's listening to this podcast knows that the true recipe for success is to find something that you're passionate about, but to find a need that you can provide for people, out a service in the world. Is the recipe for success. So when you can combine this unique talent focus with contributing to people in the world, you're going to find that you're going to create a lot of opportunities for yourself. And so those are the 6 core human needs that I wanted you to think about. How are you meeting them? Are they in a productive way? How can you meet the ones that you're not meeting and prioritize them a little more? And that's the need for certainty, the need for a bit of uncertainty, significance, connection, love, growth, and contribution. Remember, we need and we prioritize these emotions and feelings that we get out of life. So find ways to create and fulfill each of these needs, but also do it in a way that supports other people. And, the perfect example I could give you of that is the Daily Mastermind. I created the Daily Mastermind in order to fulfill my needs for growth, contribution, and all of these other things. But at the same token, it's filling the needs for others, and it's contributing to others. And that's why I do it. So with that said, that leads a great segue into my ask. I would love for you to share this episode with someone. Share it online, share it with social media, send a link to someone you know, but share this episode and this content and context so that people can grow and they can learn, and you can utilize this information to contribute to others in the world. That's my message for today. I hope it's something that's inspired some thoughts inside you. For those of you that are first-time listeners, hit that like and subscribe button. And do me a favor, share this episode. This has been the Daily Mastermind. Once again, my name is George Wright III, and I look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. Have a great day.